Hi, I'm Paul and welcome to Zilla Cabs. Let's turn this into this. Welcome back to these videos. I'm not sure if we're going to be calling this Cab of the Week or what's on the bench, but if it is Cab of the Week, then welcome back to Cab of the Week number 9. This is a cool layout for a cab. It's one that's not actually all that popular, and it kind of surprises me because I think it's really useful. And what it is, in essence, is a cab, in this case a 2x12, but it could be anything you want really, 1x12 or 4x10 or something, with space for a rack unit in top, essentially making it like a rack combo. In this case, our customer Kurt, he's a really good customer. He's got loads of cabs off us before, and he's using a pedal baby, which he's going to put in the top, and he's going to load in, or we're going to load in, Vintage 30 with a Neo Cream. The colours, this one's going to be orange Bronco with a black grille and black hardware. And I'm going to show you the back later, but it's kind of cool. It's closed back with a nice oval opening in the top. Okay, I've put the glue on the Tolex now. I'm going to glue the cab itself up. I'm going to have to brush the glue on with a cab like this because there's some quite intricate things on there, and spraying it'll just be harder. It won't really work as well. All right, we've Tolexed the cab now. Well, everything apart from this bit at the front. It's quite a tricky piece. We're going to have to, we Tolex up a little strip. We lay that down, lay that in that way, tuck it round. And there's some quite complex cuts here. So I'm going to show you how I do those. And then we'll move on to the grill. All right, here's the back panel that I'm about to Tolex now. So you see, we've made it so that the cab's going to be closed back, and we've got the little opening for the rack, the controls at the back of the rack section. I think I referred to it an oval earlier, but it's just lazy. We refer to any of the cutouts like this as oval backs. So you've seen me trim the Tolex down, the excess Tolex, and put the white pipe in. Now we're going to slide the baffle in. The baffle is fixed like a lot of our cabs are, so the baffle comes in from the back and is screwed in from the back. Sometimes these cabs, the rack the rack combo cabs, whatever you want to call them, have a fixed baffle, and it means that the grille goes on a grille frame on the front. I think in one of the videos that we have coming up, you'll see our front loading cab, which has the grille frame going from the front, but this one's going in from the back, so you're going to see me screw that in now. Okay, so we've got the baffle in now, we've got it in nice and tight. You'll see the black grille with the white pipe and the orange Bronco Tolex makes it's just a classic look. It's nice and clean, it's not too fancy, but it still looks very custom. What I'm gonna do now is, I've noticed a few mucky spots of little bits of glue and stuff, so I'm gonna give those a clean, and then we're gonna get on with putting the hardware on. Okay, we've got the side handles on now. What I'm going to fit next is, before I put the top corner protectors on, I'm going to fit these rack rails. Now these are a 2U spacing. We've made that just a bit bigger than 2U, so these will slide in, and then Kurt will be able to fit his pedal baby. It's a 2U, I think, or maybe a smidge less than a 2U, but it will fit in there nice and snug, and it's the correct length or width, whatever you want to call it. Okay, we've got a cool little feature here. You probably just see here, just make it out, that there's a recess for a jack plate in this shelf that we've got here. Now, the reason that we put a shelf in there, it allows us to make the cab section a closed back, so we can seal it off, so you're going to get a slightly tighter response, a bit more focus in the low end. Now what that means is, generally you'd have a jack plate on the back panel. Later when you see us fit the back panel, you'll see that there isn't a cutout for the jack plate. And that's because it's in the shelf section here. So we're going to fix that in there. It's going to be a tight squeeze to get it in because there's not much height. But we're going to fit that there so that the wires from the speaker can go directly to there. We can take the output from the 1/4" jack there to an input or output on the amp. And then it will be nice and clean on the back, so there won't be any protruding wires or anything like that. Right, you just seen me put the two speakers in. In this case, it's a Vintage 30 and a Neo Creamback. They're both 8 ohms, so the cab's going to be wired to 16 ohms mono. Now, I know there's a bit of talk out there that you can't mix different speakers and wire them in series. I am aware of that, but the practical implications are so minimal, or the downsides are very minimal. There's a lot of different contributing factors to your tone, and that's not really one that I would get too flustered about. Now, it's a great mix of speakers. You may have seen in other videos we've done that we do mix these quite a lot. Because this is a combo, or the rack combo, whatever you want to call it, we probably won't be putting any audio of this actual cab in this video, but we will be putting some audio from a very similar cab that we did. It will sound very similar. Now's probably a good time to say, if you enjoy the videos that we make sure you subscribe to the channel. But also, if you really like the videos, it'd help us massively if you could share one of these videos on social media. It just helps us get out to all your friends and people that you think would enjoy these videos too. Right, I'm going to wire this cab up now. Then I'm going to put the back on there, and then we'll have a little chat. Here I'm placing the centre post onto the baffle so that we can keep the baffle of the back panel nice and rigid. So this just helps keep the cab sounding a little bit more focused. It kills a slight bit of the resonance, but it really does help keep the low end really nice and tight sounding. Okay, to wrap things up, I want to say this has been a really fun project to work on. I really don't know why this format isn't more popular. Maybe we just haven't advertised it. Maybe so other companies don't do it, so people haven't thought about it. But I do think it's just a really functional thing, turning a small rack unit into a combo, either a 2x12 or a 1x12. As far as this one goes, being a 2x12 and based on our vertical Super Fatboy cab, that is quite a big cab. But when you consider we've put a 2U rack in there as well, I think we've come away with some all right dimensions here. So like I said at the start of the video, I'm not actually sure if we're going to be calling this cab of the week, and if it is, then here's cab of the week number 9, or what's on the bench, or whatever else. I don't know. I tell you what, leave us a comment below and let us know what you think. And until next time, stay cool, hang tough, and riff hard. Did you hear that, Gary? Wednesday scored in the last second. 2-1. Love it. Oh, what a way to lose a game. He's thinking about the Derby fans there. 2-1.